Evolving markets require an alternative approach to investing. Cut through the volatility with Yield Street investments that target fixed durations and income generation. Explore investments in art, real estate, legal finance, and more with minimums starting at $1,000 and targeting annual yields up to 15%. Discover the difference of a diverse portfolio with Yield Street. Head to yieldstreet.com to create your account today.
CareerBuilder is made for people who have that thing. You know, those superpowers that make you good at your job, the skills you bring to work. And CareerBuilder knows those skills make you right for other jobs too. Higher paying jobs with benefits, jobs you never thought of trying. Are you a people person? Work from home as a customer service rep? Are you organized and like driving? Become a delivery driver. You have the skills it takes, and CareerBuilder.com has the jobs to get you hired fast. Visit CareerBuilder.com. Millions of Americans are getting back to work. CareerBuilder calls it the Great Rehire. And we want to help you get the best jobs before everyone else. CareerBuilder gives you the competitive edge to get the job you want, at the salary you want, with the benefits you want. We even send job alerts, so your perfect job lands right in your inbox. Go to CareerBuilder.com today, or get left with whatever jobs are left. Find your next job fast at CareerBuilder.com.
This is the Nightcap with Tim Murray and Super Bowl champion Sean King on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
It is the Nightcap here on VSiN. Tim Murray, Sean King. Ninth inning, Sean was almost very happy. Kenley Jansen just, ugh.
I mean, terrible at bat by Goldschmidt. I mean, he threw him two heaters right down the middle, and he swung through both of them.
The 1-1 was where we stand. Man on second for the Cardinals. Now, you have the Cardinals.
Yes.
You have the under.
Yes.
And you have got Paul Goldschmidt over
1.5. Which I don't care about that right now.
I was going to say, are you going to get greedy?
No, I want a single right now, and I want to go to the bottom of the ninth with a one-run lead.
All right, we will keep our eyes on that. Sean will keep his eyes on that. But it is time to bring in our man every Wednesday in this spot, Kenny White at K Whitey Vegas. He has been very profitable for us. I'll be honest. For me, it was a bloodbath all weekend. Hopefully, Kenny's weekend was a little bit better than mine. And we're going to start a new streak this week, Kenny. Always a pleasure. And I want to start with the Red River rivalry, shootout, showdown, whatever they're calling it these days at the Cotton Bowl. Oklahoma taking on Texas. Oklahoma has not been a covering machine, to say the least. Now, backdoor situation last week against Kansas State, but they're laying 3 against Texas, a total of 63.5. Pretty big total. What are your eyes looking at when it comes to this rivalry game on Saturday?
Before we get to the Double R showdown, I am so pumped Sean King's betting baseball. And he's got the and he has the Cardinals, and I'm on the Cardinals too,
Yeah!
Sean. I could not help myself. A one game, it's so much pressure. One game plus 210. Are you kidding me? So, yeah, I'm rooting for a base hit, too. Let's get this thing over with. 2-1 final Cardinals. But, yeah, I'm pumped. Sean's betting baseball. That's great. That's great. Vegas will do that to you. But you know what? There's a lot of value in baseball. I think maybe more than any other sport. I'm going to go with the Red River showdown. So, to be politically correct, should be a great game. This guys, this could be the most amazing coaching setup of all time. We'll find out. But Lincoln Riley had 5 games in front of this game that he knew he was a 3-touchdown favorite. And he probably said, you know what, we don't need to show anything for 5 straight games. And we can win, and then when we play Texas, we're going to show it all. So I'm hoping that's the fact, because their offense is definitely underwhelmed what I had them rated at. Mm-hmm. I had them the number 2 offense in the entire college football world. They're 38th right now in yards per play at 6.3. But their defense has stepped up. They're 31st at 4.8. I thought the defense was going to be better as well. But I really do think they played to the level of the competition in all 5 games. and they know this is the biggest game of the year. They've dominated Texas over the last 12 years, 9-3, and Lincoln Riley is 4-1 in his 5 years because they actually played twice. They played for the Big 12 championship one of those years, and Lincoln Riley won that game. So being prepared for this game, I'm going to give the edge to Lincoln Riley. It's his guys. He knows what he has, and I think he has the better football team. But I think the better play is over. 63.5. Both these teams have very solid offenses. Texas's offense, 16th in the country. Their defense is 104 right now, allowing 6.1 yards a play because they gave up a bunch of yards to a couple of teams, Texas Tech to one and Arkansas another. But looking at this game and Texas and who they've played, they have played so far Louisiana, at Arkansas, Rice, Texas Tech, and TCU. None of those teams can come close to Oklahoma's offense, and they still rank 104th, allowing 6.1 yards a play. I think the Sooners get 8 yards a play in this game, and they dominate from start to finish.
Talking to Kenny White at KYD Vegas. Sean, do you want to give an update on what just happened?
Yeah, he hit a drive down right field, just went foul, Kenny. I thought O'Neal had came through.
Yeah.
But he's still up the bat. 3-2 count, top of the ninth, man on second, 2 outs.
All right. While we weave in and out of baseball analysis, all right, I need to know Kenny's analysis on this game because I haven't made a play yet, but I am thinking about pulling the trigger, and Kenny might be the tipping point here. Michigan, who I faded last week like a moron, they are now 5-0, heading to Nebraska. Line is pretty short at 3.5, has gone a little bit in their favor, and the world's going to be on Michigan in this spot. Kenny, 3.5 in favor of the road Wolverines with a total of 50.5, depending on where you look, as Kenley Jansen gets a big strikeout. What are you seeing with Michigan and Nebraska?
Well, you brought up a good point. The world's going to be on Michigan, so if you like Michigan, get it now. Or buy it down or bet the money line because you get a cheaper money line. If you like Nebraska, wait on it. And that's what I'm doing. I'm waiting. I haven't bet the game yet. I'm going to bet Nebraska. I like the way they played the last couple of weeks. Looking at the teams where they rank offensively, both teams are averaging 6.1 yards per play on offense. Both teams have played the same strength of schedule so far, too. So that's great. Defensively, Michigan's got a slight edge. They're 18th in defense, 4.5 yards a play. Nebraska's given up 4.9. But the difference is this is a Nebraska home game. This is one of the better teams that Michigan has faced this year. I do not think they're going to be able to run the football as they have been in every game so far. I think it's going to be fairly close. And this is the best quarterback in Adrian Martinez they've seen by far of any quarterback. So big test for Michigan. I've raised their rating up probably almost 10 points from the beginning of the year till now. I've raised up Nebraska's rating actually about 5 points from the beginning till now. Both teams have improved. Both teams I feel is overachieved. But I think Nebraska at home getting that 3.5. But you know what? We're going to get more than that if you're on the Huskers. You're going to get 4 or maybe even 4.5 on Saturday.
This is my Kenny agrees with me dance.
Hey, brilliant minds think alike, man.
I agree. Adrian Martinez, best quarterback by far that Michigan has faced. Back-to-back road
also,
games now.
The most athletic quarterback. He's really
run for 412 yards already.
Yeah, he's really an extremely difficult cover for defenses because of his ability to extend plays. And if they can generate some points, you're right. I mean, this is a letdown spot, in my opinion, for Michigan.
It's on the list.
You know,
It was on the list. It was on the Tim Murray letdown list. Ben Fox, just so you know, expect an email. I'll write this one up for the website. I need that little oomph over the finish line, and Kenny was there to give me the smack on the butt and say, go get him, Tiger. So I'm in on Nebraska. Staying in the Big Ten, Kenny, I don't know. I'm sure Army, Navy, or Air Force, Navy, I don't know, has had a total this low, but 40.5 at some spots for Iowa and Penn State. I think that would be the second or third lowest total in the NFL this week. Might be the second lowest. So it's crazy. Both these teams undefeated, number 3 versus number 4. Should be a great atmosphere there in Iowa City. Hawkeyes, a short home favorite. Both Sean and I don't know if you've made the play.
Yeah, I've made the play.
You're on the Nittany Lions. I'm thinking about Nittany Lions. Kenny, what do you say? Penn State and Iowa.
I am right on the number, guys. I made Iowa 2.5-point favorite in this game. Actually, I had them 5, but Penn State does have home revenge. They lost at home last year, so that is worth 2.5 points to me. I always got to have a number. I'm a quantitative value to any type of trend, and home revenge is worth 2.5. I'm going under, though. A friend asked me what this total was going to be 3 weeks ago, and I said 36, and they said, 36? Is that the lowest total you've ever seen? I said, no, I've seen lower than that, I'm sure, but let me check what the lowest total was just last year. Last year it was a Army-Navy or Army-Air Force, Navy-Air Force. One of those games was 37. That was the lowest total last year in 2020. So this one, Penn State's offense, 45th in offense, 6.2 yards of play. Their defense, number 8, 4.3. And we all know about Iowa. They've only won these games because of their defense. They're 4th in the country defensively. Their offense ranks 112th at 4.8 yards of play. And that's after a game that Spencer Petras looked like Peyton Manning against Maryland last week. He got me in that one. I was under 47. He was amazing. I don't know how. Best I've ever seen him. I don't think he could do it again. It was the game of a lifetime. Penn State's defense far better than Maryland. So, yeah, this one I think is a 17-14 football game.
All right, Kenny, you are 5-1 on your favorite play here on the nightcap. You weren't going to go undefeated. It is, and I agreed. I thought Navy UCF had underwritten all over it, and crazy things were happening in Annapolis. I think it was a block punt. It was a weird game. Navy gets the win. So, new streak starts this week, Kenny. What are you staring at with laser vision this week?
Yeah, last week, UCF, I didn't get it. I should have saw it, but UCF came off a loss and lost their quarterback, Dylan Gabriel. That's why I loved the game, because it was a 6-point drop-off at quarterback. I knew they were going to score less. They had 2 weeks to prepare for the wishbone or the triple option. They could have cared less. That loss and the loss to their quarterback devastated that football team, and that's why they lost straight up. This week, I'm going to go with Wyoming and Air Force under 47. Another same situation as last week, but it's not a team coming off a loss. Wyoming has had 2 weeks to prepare for the Air Force offense. They know it inside now. Craig Bohl knows how to stop the spread option. He held Air Force to 6 points 2 years ago. They're 4-0. This is their first conference game. Air Force's defense has played great, but both teams play slow, and both teams love to run. The average plays in a college game is 142. In this game, it will be 126.
There he is. Kenny, new streak starts this week.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you're the man.
Appreciate
we'll talk to you next week. There he is, Kenny White. On to the bottom of the ninth we go in L.A. It is the nightcap here on VSiN.
Tired of sitting in traffic for hours? Gas prices got you fuming? Rideshare becoming ridiculous? Put the joy back in your ride with Metro. And now, introducing our first ever Metro sales event. Save up to 50% on our most popular passes, including daily, weekly, and even monthly passes. Use Metro to go to work, go to school, go to space. The Smithsonian National Air and Space Museum, that is. Choose Metro for your next trip. The sale ends Friday, so act fast, act now, and visit WMATA.com/sale.
Have you heard of the new telenovela podcast, Princess of South Beach? It's a telenovela like you've never heard it before. Here's a recap of what's happened so far.
Shut up, Raul! I don't want to talk to you! Shut up! I already said! No!
Claudia! Oh, thank God! Where were you thinking, my love? I thought you were dead!
Who are you? Who's Gloria?
Oh my God, you're in shock!
Where am I?
At your house. Now come on, everybody's dying to see you.
Everybody? Who's everybody?
Your family, silly Billy.
My family?
Want to hear more? Listen to Princess of South Beach on iHeartRadio or wherever you listen to podcasts. Princess of South Beach is presented by Lincoln. Lincoln, the power of sanctuary.
America is getting back to work. Wages are rising and asset prices are increasing, but interest rates remain at record lows with supply chain shocks disrupting markets left and right. With so much change happening, why would you stick to the investment strategies of yesteryear? Enter Yield Street. Yield Street allows you to invest beyond the stock market with an evolving marketplace of alternative investments. Yield Street's investment products are designed to target 3 to 15% annual returns across asset classes like real estate, supply chain finance, art, and more. The ultra-wealthy have long dominated these investments, but Yield Street's tech-powered platform and asset class professionals have teamed up to bring these opportunities to you with minimums starting at just $500. Invest beyond the stock market. Invest with Yield Street. Sign up today at yieldstreet.com. That's yieldstreet.com.
This is the Nightcap on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
It is the Nightcap here on VSiN, and the storybook ending not to be. Albert Pujols against his former team steps to the plate in the bottom of the ninth, lifts one to center field. Not deep enough. One out, bottom nine. Sean's plays still alive.
Still alive.
Still alive.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Absolutely. 1-1 is where we stand. Gotta love baseball, man. This is, man, baseball postseason. Woo! Man, it's so great.
And if you're at the game and you're a Dodger fan, you're like, how are we even here? We won 100+ games this year. And I mean, we're here stressed out, adding grays to our collective hair. We should be home relaxing.
With our feet up.
Right.
Eating grapes.
Laughing at the Braves versus the Cardinals, which makes way more sense. You know what I mean? So hopefully McFarland doesn't walk him. I hate when relievers come in and put guys on base. He was
You are so anti-reliever.
I am. Because they don't throw strikes. Throw strikes.
Kenley Jansen just threw some smoke.
Yeah,
that's what he did.
And we just missed it. Like, it wasn't, I mean, hey, a couple pitches right down the middle. Two of the best hitters on the Cardinals, Goldschmidt, O'Neill, a little bit behind that fastball. That's how baseball is. But like McFarland, okay, that's fine. Make him hit it. And a lot of times they make solid contact. That's why you have guys out there playing defense.
We got two outs in the bottom of the ninth inning. Some quality contact from both Pujols and Steven Souza Jr. I'll be honest, I had no idea that former national great Steven Souza Jr., and by great, I mean, he was fine. And you know what he led to? He led to the Nationals acquiring Trey Turner and Joe Ross. So he'll always be right here in my heart.
Okay. So you're holding him close. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, he was part of the blockbuster trade when Mike Rizzo fleeced A.J. Preller in San Diego and got two prospects that one is now on the Los Angeles Dodgers and Trey Turner. All right, so we're in the bottom of the ninth, 1-1. Cody Bellinger to the plate, and he is trying to end it.
That is big as
Cody,
he is.
Cody Bellinger isn't thinking about, small ball going opposite way. He's thinking one thing and one thing only. I'm ending it tonight, and we're getting some champagne. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, this would be the irony in this. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, I don't think Cody's been playing that great.
No, he
year.
has not. Yeah. He has not had a great year. So I tell you what, man. Last night you had the Red Sox, you had the Yankees. It wasn't very. It wasn't.
He has a hit tonight, though. A hit, a K, and a base.
Trying to think of the right way. It wasn't dramatic. It was 3-0 early. We thought somebody thought that Giancarlo Stanton hit a home run in the first inning. He did not.
How about he thought he hit?
He thought it too. There were a couple people watching that ball that thought it was a home run. And then Aaron Judge gets thrown out at home. It's kind of the difference of that game, and they're able to tack on a couple more. But this has been tremendous, Scherzer gives up a run in the first inning. Some people predicted that to happen. And then Wainwright gives up the homer to Justin Turner, and here we are. It's 1-1. Yeah. It's really been it the entire game. And Cody Bellinger, man, he is trying to hit one to the moon right now.
If he connects, it might go all the way back to St. Louis. Because you're right. I mean, he's going to pull a back muscle.
He is trying to. He is absolutely trying to blast one out of here.
Hey, more power to him. I need him just to swing and miss one more time.
The feet, crowd is on their feet. TJ McFarland on the hill. Has actually pitched well since he got to St. Louis this year. He was earlier this season on. God, I think he bounced around. Was he on Washington earlier this year? I don't even know. He was in spring training with Washington, ends up with the Cardinals, and at a 2.56 ERA. You're right there. You're sweating a little bit.
Yeah, again, what I tell you about relievers.
You don't like relievers.
Those strikes. Bro, make the guys hit the ball. You always get yourself in trouble when you go to walking guys as relievers. All big innings, that's where they generally start.
All right, so looks like we're going to get a pitching change here. Man on first.
I thought that was Tony La Russa for a second.
I thought it was too. I was like, what is happening? I'm like, wait, what?
I was looking at it. I was like, that looked like Tony La Russa.
Schilt comes out, the manager, to relieve him, and now we will have a new pitcher into the game for the Cardinals. 1-1, bottom 9 in Los Angeles. So while we wait, how about the Panthers? Carolina Panthers.
Strong organization.
They are going for it.
Strong organization.
They go out. Word comes from atop that Stephon Gilmore is going to get released.
Mm-hmm.
So the Carolina Panthers, they make an offer. And it was a 6th-round pick in 2023.
Okay.
I got to imagine, my assumption is that Gilmore, he might have gone to the Panthers, but they just ensured it would happen. And if you're the Panthers, who obviously they're dealing with the loss of J.C. Horn, they are going all in this year. They really believe that they're not messing around, Sean. They're going for Christian McCaffrey, who's back in practice today too.
Oh, interesting.
Yep,
full go.
I believe so. They were tweeting out that running back RB1 is back. He practiced today, so
nice.
We'll see if he's able to go.
Yeah, I need to go ahead and lock that in then, because I love the Panthers if he's going.
Yeah. And they got the Eagles this weekend. But
yes.
Just this move to bring in Stephon Gilmore for Carolina, does this change your opinion on what they are this year?
No, because I thought they were pretty good anyway. I just think this gives them more elite depth. Meaning when J.C. Horn comes back, he's not only coming in second string now, but he's coming in behind a Pro Bowler. So Gilmore's elite. When I first heard the news that New England was moving on from Gilmore, I thought Tampa would be the location, but I completely forgot that he played at South Carolina and is from the Carolina area.
He's from Rock Hill, South Carolina.
Right. So this is an opportunity for him to actually go back home. So it makes sense. You've been in Buffalo the majority of your career. It's a long way from North Carolina. So they get to play in front of the home crowd on what looks like one of the better Panther teams in the last few years, because if he doesn't agree to a long-term deal, he'll probably be one of the top 2 or 3 non-quarterback free agents on the market, come the end of this season.
So we've, with Carolina, they've dealt with, J.C. Horn being out, Christian McCaffrey back at practice, which is great news. They weren't going to put him on PUP. They knew something we didn't know. But Shaq Thompson has been ruled out for Sunday. Cameron Irving, their left tackle, is up in the air. His status is up in the air. Stephon Gilmore was on PUP, so he's not eligible to come off till after week 6. But in the NFC, you've got the NFC West. Are they going to beat themselves up potentially? The NFC East, I don't think many people are confident that there's a team outside of the division champ going to go. And I think in the NFC North, Sean, the confidence level of another team coming out of there.
You got Green Bay and Dallas from those 2 conferences, and everybody else is
Minnesota, your favorite
for
team,
draft position.
Your favorite team, Minnesota.
Well, they should be.
By the way, it is bottom 9 and Chris Taylor at the plate here.
He's swinging like Bellinger.
Yeah.
Hey, what happened to control, put the ball in play?
Oh, those days are over.
Yeah, and these guys are trying
Alex Reyes
hit the ball to the Staples
in
Center
right now for the Cardinals in the bottom of the ninth inning.
Reyes is pretty solid, so hopefully he's got his good stuff and he can get us to the top of the 10th. Extra innings.
3.24 ERA this year in 54 games he closed. He was in 69 games, had 29 saves. So their closer is in. Kenley Jansen was in for the Dodgers. So he's likely, his night is done. He was pinch hit for, I believe, already. So here we are, bottom 9, man. This is what it's all about.
It is.
This is what it's all about.
It
Sean's
is.
sweating out tickets right now. He's trying to just make it into extra innings. Bellinger's stealing. So now a man in scoring position. Crowd is on the feet. This is beautiful. This is what I love about postseason baseball. This is what makes baseball so great.
Yeah,
Games
you gotta make solid pitch here. I mean, that's just a bad pitch. I mean, you come in the game and you would expect Molina to. Well, he probably thought he was safe, but I mean, you got to make a better pitch than that. I mean, you have to make a better pitch than that, Reyes. You're in the game to get this guy out.
Sean's giving a pep talk to Alex Reyes right now. We'll see. By the time we come back from break, we will know, is it extra innings or is it the Dodgers moving on to play the Giants? Stick around.
Let's go, Cardinals.
It is the Nightcap. That's Sean. I'm Tim.
Let's go,
Right here on
Cardinals.
VSiN.
This is the Nightcap on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
The NHL season is almost here. Preseason started. And our hockey betting experts are ready for all of the action. The VSiN Hockey Betting Guide is now available with strategies and best bets for the season ahead. Get in-depth analysis from our hockey experts, including Andy McNeil with predictions for teams and players, win totals, daily betting tips, as well as season-long trends to watch. The guide is a must-have with key insights and data for both avid hockey bettors and those new to the sport. Give yourself an edge this season and get your digital copy now for only $9.99. Head over to vsin.com/subscribe. Well, I delivered on a promise. I said when we come back from break, the Dodgers will either be playing the Giants or will be in extra innings. The Dodgers are playing the Giants. Chris Taylor, a long deep drive to left field, has sent the Dodgers on to the NLDS.
You done?
I am done.
Okay.
Man, are you a little upset? Don't bet bad teams.
Yeah. Okay. And I'm somber because I'm trying to get the Dodgers out of the playoffs.
I know.
And we had them.
You let them off the hook.
You have Goldschmidt and O'Neill that were in the same position as Taylor. Man on second. Chance to get Wood to ball. Get the Cardinals the lead. Neither one of them came through. Then you get a guy that's up there swinging like he had Dave and Buster's and gets lucky. And the next thing you know, the ball's in the stands. Jeez.
You know what's so funny is Sean has given me grief for sweating out bets. This is the first time I see your true colors.
No, not at all.
It is. No.
But I'm not upset.
You're not upset?
No, I'm not upset at all. It's frustrating, but the frustration is not from not getting the Cardinals plus the money. It's the fact that I have the big future bet on the Rays to win it all, and I had a chance to send the most talented team in all of baseball home.
Well, they now have to go to the Giants.
But again, now, it's not about having one bad game unless you can get them to an elimination game. Whereas this was like, if O'Neill or Goldschmidt just put Wood on ball and it gets through, and the Cardinals are up 2-1, Dodgers could be going home.
That was a 2-run homer, though.
You know, I know that was after it You know what? That's why you got to wear a tuxedo Friday.
I do have to wear a tuxedo on Friday.
I'm going to make sure that video gets out.
Oh, I'll live it up.
Matter of fact, I'm going to email Circa. We need to have professional. Whatever Derek has, that when he decides to do something, but yeah, we need to have, we're going to blow that up.
That's fine. Man, you are salty.
Oh, because we could have gotten the team, the only team
you
that I think
just said
that can beat my Rays.
60 seconds ago, I'm not mad.
I'm not.
You're not mad?
No.
I don't want to know what mad is.
Frustration and anger is two different things.
I don't want to know what mad is.
Like, I could have gotten the one team that I think gives my Rays a problem completely out of the picture.
So I need, all right, so we'll discuss that a little bit more. We'll get a series price, I would imagine, at some point. Giants at Dodgers, which...
This will be interesting.
Your bet aside,
yeah,
we deserve this. Like, we get the two best teams
I wouldn't worry about
playing
that.
each other in the first round, starting on Friday night. We'll be here. First pitch will be 6:37 Pacific time. That game will just be underway. We'll be talking. I'll be in a tuxedo talking about that game. You know? Be great.
Speaking of series prices, were you surprised the Braves were only plus 120 versus the Brewers? I know the Brewers in the season playing as hot as they have been.
I think it's telling you something. I mean, the Braves, they've been playing well. And I know that Chris Felica, who was on the show last week, big college football better, but he's also baseball better, and he likes the Braves to win the NL. He thinks that the value that they're at, which I would be all for, considering I have a 16-1 ticket on them to win the World Series, and that would get me off of get me in a hedging situation. All right, I have a question though. I have a question because I tweeted this out, and I think I am correct. Doug Kazarian, our friend from ESPN, host of the Daily Wager, disagrees. I said, if you had Cardinals plus 1.5 on the run line, underdogs on the run line, you get plus 1.5. I said, that's rough. That's a bad beat. And his response was, but they only scored one run. You get to the ninth inning and a run wins you the game, and I've got plus 1.5. Yes, I understand that a 2-run homer or a 3-run homer or a grand slam would therefore win the bet. I think that's a bad beat. It is 1-1. The Cardinals had not trailed at any point in time in the game.
I definitely think it was a bad beat. But again,
Jonathan Von Tobel has weighed in. He said, 0 for 11 with runners in scoring position, never trailed. I'd be salty.
Yeah, especially if you didn't need the Cardinals to win, you just need them not lose by 2. That's kind of, because he could have hit a double and he scores. He could have hit a single.
I'm going to put out a tweet right now.
Yeah, I mean, you're feeling like, you know what, it just wasn't my time. It wasn't my time.
Live tweeting. I'll do this during the break. I think it's, considering where, look, you could have had 2 runs scored in the 8th inning.
Yeah.
That's not a bad beat. But you get to the 9th, and a home run wins it, a double. You're not scoring 2 runs. A double. Game over. Only 1 run allowed to score. Single, sac fly, error, pass ball, anything, you win your bet. The only thing that allows you to lose said bet is a home run. Look, I didn't have it. Scott Seidenberg just popped his head in there. Poor Scott. He
had it.
He had it. So.
Yeah, he had it. On the bright side, the Rays play tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, that's right. What time?
5. Oh, we got early.
That's right.
Early baseball tomorrow.
Yeah.
1 o'clock. Yeah, don't forget.
We got White Sox.
And Astros. What's your
before we get to that, we do have the series price. Dodgers minus 160, Giants plus 140.
That makes sense. I mean, the Dodgers are going to be favored against everyone.
That's why I was
trying to get them out of the entire playoff picture.
I I really thought about playing the Cardinals tonight, and I think it was a good bet. If you played the Cardinals side, it was a good bet. You got to the ninth inning, you're tied at 1. Anything could happen. 0 for 11 with runners in scoring position. It was a good bet. You were there. It wasn't a blowout. And like Kenny said, anything can happen game. You're getting over $2 in price with a playoff baseball team that went 17-3 in the last 20 games. It was a good bet to play the Cardinals tonight. It just didn't happen to come home.
It was a better bet to play the under. And listen, the parlay that I hit would have been even better if the Red Sox don't give up that solo shot. I think it was in the ninth that sent the total to 8 into yesterday's game, because that ended up being a push. So I went from a 3-leg parlay to a 2. Are you listening to me?
I am.
Are you playing on Twitter?
I am also playing on Twitter. Yes.
You know, Twitter's not a real place.
It is.
If you have not seen the Dave Chappelle new comedy special.
You love tweeting.
No, I retweet a lot of stuff.
You do retweet a lot of stuff.
And then I'll answer, but I very rarely come up with a lot of like conversational type things on Twitter. Like I retweet you, I retweet Aaron. Like if the VSiN like Twitter app tweets something and I see it, I try and retweet it to support all the other different shows. But Twitter's not a real place. It's not like this country where you need a passport and like you have to book a flight to go to it. You know what I mean? If you turn it off, like nothing changes in the world.
I know. Ask my wife about that. I'm sorry. I was trying to put out a poll here, see what the peeps think.
What the people say.
What the peeps think is.
And I'm not anti-Twitter.
Was Cardinals plus 1.5 a bad beat? I say absolutely yes.
Yeah, I thought it was.
It was a bad beat. You do.
Yeah.
JVT does. Doug doesn't. So, we'll see what the peeps say. Scott Seidenberg, I'm going to say, host of the Look Ahead.
He's salty.
I'm going to say that he believes it was a bad beat, but we'll see what the people say. All right, Dodgers moving on. Minus 160 favorites against the Giants.
Big time.
Series starting on Friday. We got to get a preview of your Rays.
Absolutely.
Rays taking on the Red Sox. White Sox taking on the Astros. Those start tomorrow. We got some football tomorrow. Tie it up with a bow next, right here on the Nightcap.
Every day can bring changes, challenges, and opportunities that can also change your personal or business financial goals and priorities. As a true partner, Sandy Spring Bank can make it all a bit easier. Someone who really listens, understands, and then creates solutions in hard times and good times. We'll always strive to be your advocate, today and every day. That's real banking for real life and real business. Visit sandyspringbank.com/real. Member FDIC.
I want to get back to being in my community group.
I want to continue having a soccer season.
So I can throw parties again.
So I can go to her parties.
It'd really be nice to dine in instead of getting delivery for a change.
So I can feel safe and protected for myself and my students.
We each have our own reason for why we're getting vaccinated against COVID-19. What will yours be? Visit getvaccineanswers.org for information on the COVID-19 vaccines. It's up to you. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
This is the Nightcap on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
Indeed helps find great hires fast. Indeed is your all-in-one platform for interviewing, screening, and hiring high-quality people. Visit Indeed.com/credit. Wrapping things up. You all right?
Yeah.
Calm down.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Talked it out.
I'm fine. I still have a couple more series, 2 to be exact, where someone could potentially do what I'm not sure we're capable of doing, and that's beat the Dodgers.
Giants could do it.
Absolutely.
Giants won the regular season series.
I am Team San Francisco.
Take the money. Plus 140?
Nah.
Come on.
I'm going to lay off.
Do it.
I probably won't bet a whole lot of series baseball. I'll be looking for specific pitching matchups and bet a lot of first fives.
We have, we'll get to series prices. Once again, the Dodgers moving on. A walk-off Chris Taylor homer, bottom of the ninth inning off of Alex Reyes. And once again, the poll is up.
Did you get it done?
I got it up.
You got to show me how to put a Twitter poll up.
Oh, it's easy.
I don't even know how to do it.
It's easy.
Yeah.
Simple enough. Was Cardinals plus 1.5 a bad beat? I thought it was a no-brainer. It's a terrible beat. However, Doug Kazarian, our friend over at ESPN, said they only scored one run. For me, when you look at just the if that 2-run homer happens in the 8th, Sean, it's not a bad beat.
Right.
It's unfortunate,
right?
But that's betting. You get into the bottom of the 9th, and you've got, I'm sorry, I know Scott Seidenberg is sitting back in the control room right now, and it's
a bad beat,
and I'm just picking at the sketch. It's a terrible beat.
It's bad.
Rex Byers over the Westgate Superbook. Only one way to lose the game once the Dodgers made their third out in the 8th inning. They have to at least have one man on base in a tie game and hit the ball out to make the 1.5 lose. Ugly, sick beat for those folks. I agree. It's a terrible beat.
You know anyone who
But by the way, if you had why we have the segment often called Treats and Beats.
Right. If you had the Dodgers.
You had the Dodgers run line. Yeah. There's always someone out there. There's someone right there at that ticket counter just saying, I didn't deserve this win, but I will take my cash.
You got to stand up there and say it was never in doubt.
No, then you're no, because then you're poking at the karmic gods.
Well, obviously they're with you. If you're
beating your chest at Dodgers 1.5, then you're about to go on a 10-game losing streak.
When they made the wager, they knew Reyes was going to be the one that came in the game, and Taylor would be up to bat.
Oh, now Doug is saying that both can be true. What does that mean?
He's trying friendly.
He's being you.
Yeah. Like you give an opinion and then you make the other person okay with the fact that they're wrong and you're right.
I just think it was...
I do it with Aaron all the time.
Once you get to the 9th and you are betting against the home team and you've got 1.5 in your pocket and you don't win that bet in a tie game, that's a bad beat. Bad beat.
I see it all the time.
And I'm sure I could promise you, I know Scott's going to bring this up. I think it was the 2000 playoffs. Robin Ventura hit a grand slam. Right. I would love to hear the stories of people who had Mets run line in a walk-off game where he gets tackled at second base and only one run is allowed to score. All right, enough of that. It was a bad beat. If you want to vote, at one Tim Murray. Sean will probably retweet it because he loves retweeting things. And I appreciate that.
That's what I do. I support my folk.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
You see the country come out of me? I support my folk.
All right. Aaron has something that he wants me to check out on Twitter.
Okay.
Let's check this out. A 20K parlay cashes off the last leg of the walk-off homer. Wow. Game to end with a walk-off home run. Holy moly. Wow. And this dude bet preseason basketball and preseason hockey and won $20,000. Good for you. I mean, good for you, man. Save that money because you ain't going to ever hit a bet like that again. All right, let's take a look quickly at series prices. As of 9 minutes ago at Westgate Superbook, Giants plus 140, Dodgers minus 160, Braves plus 120, Brewers minus 140, White Sox plus 115, Astros minus 135, and the Red Sox, the biggest underdog in the first round, plus 170, your Rays minus 190.
Well, I mean, they already know what that series is over. Yeah. Got to play out the string. You disagree?
I
mean, you have that facetious smile on your face that likes to present itself.
I am not. You have a confidence that I don't own. I don't like to knock on karma's door.
Yeah.
And just sit here, especially for an organization that has never won a World Series, for you just to be assuming domination against the Red Sox.
I feel this is our year. We're going to be the first team in Major League Baseball history to
Aren't you starting 2 rookies?
To win a World Series and potentially play half their home games in a Canadian city the following year by choice.
What?
We're setting trends.
Where are the Rays going next year?
Potentially to Montreal for half of our home games.
Really?
Yeah.
When did that come out? That's the
There was a thing. It probably would have already happened if not for COVID. So we're setting trends, man. We're creating new storylines for baseball as we move forward. Let's go, fellas.
So you've got the Rays. So where we stand on our futures bets, I've got Brewers 8-1. That was made a month or so ago.
Right.
I've got Braves 18-1. That was preseason. Could have gotten much better during the season, but I thought there was no chance. So I was like, I'm just going to stick with the preseason bet here.
It was a time. They probably were like,
oh, they were done.
Yeah.
They were cooked. There was no confidence whatsoever. And I was like, well, sometimes you just make bad bets. And they got in the playoffs. We'll see what happens. But playoffs get going tomorrow, man. And this was a great way to start it off. Dodgers win on a walk-off, under hits, 3-1 the final. Chris Taylor, your hero. Alex Reyes gives up the walk-off bomb. All right. Thursday Night Football, Sean, when we hit the airwaves tomorrow, Thursday Night Football will be underway. Rams at the Seahawks. Last check of the line before we bid farewell. Rams -2.5, total of 54.5. You love the Rams.
I love the Rams. I'm going to have a money line. I already have a money line in a big parlay. So all you have to do is win outright. But I also like them laying the points. I just think they're going to have a very dominant performance. I think they're going to make Russell very uncomfortable. They're going to get after him. And Ramsey, they have the guys to match up with DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett. So, interesting game. I don't think Seattle has the defense to defend this Rams passing game. I think it's going to open up some opportunities for Darrell Henderson against a very average run defense.
Worst run defense in the league right now.
I just think, to me, all the boxes say LA Rams. So I'm going to just go with what my opinion has been. I don't think I've heard anything that makes me change my mind. So I'll be heavily invested tomorrow with the Rams.
Heavily invested?
Heavily invested.
All right.
Yep.
And you've got a money line parlay that started with the Chargers.
Yes.
That closes out with tomorrow with the Rams. I'm a little surprised that you're taking the Rams so heavily. You're the CEO of the Dog Pound.
I am.
You're going against Russell Wilson at home.
I am. And
as a home dog.
I am. And I just think it's a bad matchup for Seattle. I really do. If Garoppolo gets hurt, I don't know that Seattle beat San Francisco last week. It was extenuating circumstances. So they're feeling a little more confident, but they're the same team that lost to Minnesota the week before. I don't think they're as talented as they have been. I am a big Russell Wilson fan, so he will keep it competitive at least for a while. But I think the Rams are the far more talented team, and they'll also be laser focused for tomorrow night.
Yeah, they got beat pretty good against the Cardinals. I'm curious to see Robert Woods.
Yep.
Once again, I thought it was very pointed comments from Sean McVay discussing the lack of production so far, the lack of targets so far, 25 targets compared to 46 targets for Cooper Kupp. So we'll see. Sean McVay said it's on him. It's on coaching why he hasn't gotten those targets. So will it be a point of emphasis for Robert Woods to get targets tomorrow? And to your point about Darrell Henderson, I think he could have a big game against that leaky Seattle Seahawks secondary or rushing attack. By the way, your Tulane Green Wave getting 6.5 at home. Dog. We'll see. Scott Seidenberg up next with the look ahead. Thanks to Kenny White and Brad Evans, Vinny Maiulo. For Sean, I'm Tim. We'll talk to you tomorrow right here on the Nightcap.
want to get back to kissing the cheeks of my grandbabies, making Sunday dinner with a house full of family and lots of laughs.
COVID-19 has changed how we live and how we feel. But now, there are vaccines. And they are the very first step that let us get back to what we miss most. It's okay to have questions.
Is it safe?
Should I wait? Now, get the facts. Visit getvaccineanswers.org so you can make an informed decision when vaccines are available to you. Brought to you by the Ad Council.